Okay, so get this AI taking over your web browser.
Really?
Yeah, you know how much time we all spend online, like shopping, booking trips, endless
Oh,
research?
yeah, hours.
Right, what if it could all be done automatically?
That'd be amazing.
That's the potential we're diving into today.
Nice.
And this isn't like some far-off future either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're basing this whole deep dive on an Engadget article that came out just a few days ago,
Mm.
on October 27th.
Okay.
They were talking about Project Jarvis, Google's ambitious plan to use AI to just revolutionize how we use the web, especially in their Chrome browser.
Google's really leaning into AI these days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, their next-gen model, Gemini, it's about to launch.
Right.
And they're already putting their AI chatbot Gemini Live into a bunch of their products.
I've seen that.
Jarvis fits right into that strategy.
So Project Jarvis, what is it exactly?
Oh, the article called it a computer-using agent
Uh-huh.
designed to automate tasks right inside your browser.
So it's not just answering questions or writing text.
No, it's actually doing things online for you.
Wow.
Think booking flights,
Yeah.
researching products, maybe even filling out those endless online forms.
So, like, I can tell Jarvis, find me the cheapest flights to Paris next month,
Exactly.
and just watch it go.
Yeah.
That's kind of amazing.
The article explains that Jarvis uses screenshots to figure out what's on your screen.
Hmm.
And then it can click buttons, type text, all that stuff, just like a person would.
That's pretty complex, though, right?
Oh, it is.
Like, the web is constantly changing.
Sometime, yeah.
Jarvis has to understand all the different layouts and, like, adapt to unexpected things.
That's for sure. It's a huge challenge.
And Google wants Jarvis to work seamlessly with their new AI model, Gemini.
Right.
What's the connection there?
Well, Gemini is a large language model. So basically, it's designed to understand and generate human language,
Uh-huh.
which is exactly what Jarvis needs to do its thing on the web.
Right. All the text, the instructions, all the little nuances on a web page.
Yep. Jarvis needs to interpret all of that to know what to do.
So Jarvis could be like a really powerful way for Google to showcase what Gemini can actually do.
Absolutely.
It's not just about answering your questions anymore. It's about getting things done for you out there in the real world, or at least the digital world.
And it's not just Google working on this either.
Oh, really?
The article also mentioned that Anthropic, another AI company, they've given their Claude AI computer skills
Okay.
to use software meant for humans.
Interesting.
This whole idea of AI acting as your agent is becoming a big trend.
So it's not just a Google thing. It's like an industry-wide shift.
It seems like it.
Okay, but let's be realistic. There are some downsides to all of this.
Of course.
I mean, would you trust an AI with, like, all your sensitive info online?
That's a good question.
Passwords, credit card details, all that?
Yeah, that's a little scary to think about.
For sure.
We'll need to see how Google addresses things like data security and privacy with Jarvis.
Right, because that's going to be a major concern for a lot of people.
I think so.
And what about jobs? If AI can automate tasks like customer service or data entry,
Right.
what happens to all the people doing those jobs now?
That's a huge question.
Yeah.
We need to consider the potential impact on the workforce and how we can adapt to these changes.
Because it's going to affect a lot of people.
Absolutely. But that's a whole other conversation.
Okay, so we've covered what Project Jarvis is, how it works, and we've touched on some of the concerns.
Right.
But there's so much more to explore.
For sure.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll take a closer look at the implications of giving AI so much control over our online lives.
Sounds good. Picking up where we left off.
Right.
Let's explore what a world with Jarvis in it could actually look like.
Okay.
Imagine a world where the internet is truly accessible to everyone, no matter their technical skills.
That would be huge.
Right.
Especially for people who are, like, intimidated by technology or maybe have difficulty using those traditional interfaces.
Exactly. Jarvis could really level the playing field there.
Yeah.
Helping people find information, connect with resources, and just get things done online without any hassle.
So it's not just for, like, tech-savvy people.
No, not at all.
It could open up a world of opportunities for people who haven't really been able to fully participate in the digital world before.
I think so.
That's a really powerful idea.
Yeah, and think about all the time we could save.
Oh, yeah.
All those little online tasks that just eat up hours of our day.
Ugh, so many.
Jarvis could handle all of that in a snap,
Right.
giving us more time to focus on the things that really matter.
Spend time with loved ones, pursue hobbies, you know?
Exactly, or just relax and recharge.
Instead of, like, endlessly comparing prices or booking appointments.
Yep, Jarvis could really free us from that digital grind.
Give us back some precious time and energy.
For sure.
Okay, so Jarvis could make the internet more accessible, save us tons of time.
Uh-huh.
What else?
Well, let's not forget about the potential for Jarvis to, spark creativity and innovation.
Oh, yeah.
If AI is taking care of all the mundane stuff,
Right, all the boring things.
our minds are free to wander, to explore new ideas, to think outside the box.
That's cool.
Jarvis could be a catalyst for human ingenuity,
I like that.
helping us unlock new possibilities and push the boundaries of what's possible.
So it's not about AI, replacing humans.
No.
It's about AI partnering with us.
Exactly.
Augmenting our abilities.
Yeah.
Helping us achieve more than we ever could on our own.
Precisely. And with the development of these AI agents like Jarvis and Anthropic's Claude, we're seeing a shift
Oh, yeah.
in the way we interact with the internet.
Okay.
It's becoming more intuitive, more conversational, more personalized.
So we're moving away from clicking and typing
It seems like it.
towards a future where we can just tell our AI assistants what we want and they take care of the rest.
Exactly.
It's almost like having a personal butler for the digital world.
It really is.
But that raises some interesting questions about user interfaces.
Yeah, how are those going to evolve?
If we're not limited to keyboards and mice anymore,
All right.
what are the new ways we'll interact with technology?
I mean, voice commands are already becoming pretty common.
For sure.
But could we see even more advanced interfaces in the future?
Like what?
Like gestures, facial expressions, even brain-computer interfaces?
Brain-computer interfaces.
Yeah. It's possible.
Wow, now that's some next-level stuff.
Right.
It's both fascinating and a little unnerving to think about the possibilities.
I agree.
But hold on, before we get too carried away with all the potential benefits, we need to remember those concerns we talked about earlier,
Right.
especially data security and privacy.
Of course.
If Jarvis is going to be handling all of our online tasks, it's going to have access to a ton of personal information.
That's true.
How can we be sure that that information is protected?
You're right. Trust is going to be a major factor in the adoption of any AI assistant.
Yeah, especially one that has access to such sensitive data.
Exactly.
Mm.
Google will need to be transparent about how Jarvis collects, stores, and uses user data. They'll need to implement some really robust security measures to prevent any unauthorized access and misuse.
Yeah, we don't want any data breaches.
No. And perhaps most importantly, they'll need to give users control over their own data,
Okay.
allowing them to choose what information is shared and how it's used.
So it sounds like this is going to be a major challenge for Google.
It really is.
They'll need to convince users that Jarvis is not only powerful and convenient,
Right.
but also trustworthy and respectful of their privacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Striking that balance between functionality and privacy is going to be crucial for the success of Jarvis.
Yeah.
And I think for AI assistants in general.
This brings up another concern we touched on earlier, the potential impact on jobs.
Oh, right.
If AI is taking over tasks that humans are currently doing,
Yeah.
what happens to those workers?
That's a valid concern and one that we need to address head on.
Because it's a real possibility.
As AI becomes more sophisticated, there's no doubt that it will automate certain jobs.
Especially those that are repetitive or rule-based.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that AI can also create new jobs,
Oh.
especially in fields like AI development, data science, and AI ethics.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
The key is to be proactive to anticipate these changes.
Right.
And to invest in education and training programs that equip people with the skills they need.
The skills they'll need to thrive in this future where AI is playing a significant role.
Exactly.
So it's not about resisting the inevitable march of technology.
No.
It's about adapting to it.
Right.
Finding ways to work alongside AI and making sure that everyone benefits from these advancements.
I think that's a really important point.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but it's a conversation we need to be having now.
I agree. The future of work is changing.
For sure.
And AI is going to be a major driver of that change.
It's up to us to shape that future in a way that is both innovative and equitable.
I think you're right.
It's clear that we're standing at a crossroads here.
Yeah.
AI has the potential to revolutionize the way we live and work, to connect us in new ways and just unlock a world of possibilities.
For sure.
But it also raises those important questions about privacy, security, and the future of work.
Absolutely.
These are questions that we need to address as a society
I agree.
to make sure that AI is used for good and that its benefits are shared by all.
And that's what makes this conversation so important.
Right.
By understanding both the promises and the perils of AI,
Yeah.
we can make informed choices about the future we want to create.
We've talked about all the potential benefits and the challenges with this Project Jarvis,
Right.
but like, what does this actually mean for us?
Yeah.
The people who use the internet every single day. Like,
Right.
if this really takes off, how is it going to change our online
Well,
lives?
that's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
It's really hard to say for sure how any new technology will be adopted
Right.
and what those long-term effects will really be.
But we can speculate a little bit, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so let's put on our future predicting hats here for a second. And imagine that Jarvis is just like in everyone's browsers.
Okay.
What does that world actually look like?
I think we could see a big change in how we even think about the internet.
Really?
Yeah, right now, using the web is a very hands-on experience.
Yeah.
We're always navigating, searching, clicking on things.
It's a pain.
It can be very time-consuming,
It is.
especially with all the information overload these days.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
But with Jarvis, using the internet could become way more passive and way more intuitive.
Okay.
Instead of like hunting for information, you just ask Jarvis to find it.
So it's like having a personal assistant just for the digital world.
Exactly.
Like book a flight, tell Jarvis need to research something for work. Jarvis is on it. Want the best deal on new shoes. Jarvis, show me what you got.
Exactly. And because Jarvis can actually see what's on your screen,
Uh-huh.
it could even predict what you need
Really?
and offer help before you even ask.
Whoa. That's a little creepy, but also cool.
Right.
Imagine, like, you're on a recipe website, and suddenly Jarvis is like, hey, want me to order these ingredients for delivery?
Exactly.
Wild.
Or you're reading about some historical event,
Okay.
and Jarvis automatically pulls up pictures, videos, even original documents from that time.
So it's not just about convenience.
No.
It's about Jarvis actually making the internet way more interesting and engaging.
I think so.
It makes you wonder, though, how user interfaces will change.
Yeah.
If we're not limited to clicking and typing anymore, how will we even be using the web in like 10 years?
Right. Well, I mean, voice commands are already a thing.
They are.
But could we go even further?
Like what?
Like using gestures, facial expressions, even brain-computer interfaces?
Brain-computer interfaces. Isn't that a little far out?
I mean, the possibilities are really mind-blowing.
They are. It's kind of scary.
We're on the edge of huge changes that could affect how we work, learn, communicate, everything.
But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We talked about privacy, security, the potential for job losses. Those are serious issues.
They're absolutely, we can't just blindly embrace any new technology
Right.
without thinking about the consequences. We need to be careful.
For sure.
Consider all the angles and make sure that AI is developed ethically.
It's a tricky balance.
It is.
But one thing's for sure, the future of the internet is going to look very, very different.
I think so.
And whether that future is good or bad really depends on the choices that we make today.
And remember, this isn't just in Google's hands.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Anthropic is working on similar AI. It seems likely that in a few years, we'll have a bunch of different AI assistants to choose from,
Oh, wow. So many options.
each with their own pros and cons.
So it's not just about whether to use Jarvis or not.
Right.
It's about like navigating this whole world of AI tools
Exactly.
and making those smart choices about which ones we trust and how we use them.
I think you're right. That brings us back to you, the listener.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more common, it's more important than ever to stay informed, ask questions, demand transparency and accountability from the companies building these things.
Right. We can't just sit back and let the tech world decide our future.
Absolutely.
We all need to be a part of shaping it, making sure that AI is used to benefit everyone.
Exactly. So the next time you're online, think about this. If AI can handle all the boring stuff, what will you do with all your extra time and energy? Will you focus on those creative projects, relationships, just having fun?
That's a great question.
It's an exciting time, and the possibilities are really wide open.
That's a great point to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the future of the internet.